What up? It's yours truly once again.
Yeah,
We're back. The Pimps, Players, and Hustlers Fantasy Football League Commish message, week number 10, going into week 11. From the palatial SacktownRadio.com studios, it's your boy, the Commish Lump Dog, with your treasurer,
the Vaz in the house.
The Vaz
wearing
in
the
the
Cowboys hat in honor of the one victory this year.
The two victories. They got two victories.
Well, yes, but the one victory that they actually look at.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so here we are, dragging our asses back.
I wore my black too, so.
So, I have a big matchup this week, Bolzer.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, I'm going against my arch nemesis.
The rest of your matchups are all big.
Yeah, pretty much. And now that I've lost 2 in a row, I don't even can really barely stand to sit in the same room with you right now.
This Commish message is being held on by a thread right now.
Really, it is seriously.
It's unraveled all the way to the bottom, and now there's nothing
really, it's really not.
Really,
I mean, we try to call up the league members and to get on, and most of them have bitched out. Do not want to be anything to do with the Commish message. Do not want to be on the Commish message, not even by phone. So, other than the one guest appearance from the Juggernauts and URSO, and one phone call, we really haven't had too much participation from the other league members in this commissioner message. It's a little hard to get the league involved.
Shocking as that is, I know.
But anyway, so yeah, took a devastating loss again last week. It was a 6-point loss to this guy right here. I think what made it more devastating than anything was it was looking good for me until the fourth quarter of that that fucking Pittsburgh New England game where Roethlisberger just went redonkulous in the fourth quarter, and ended up with 54 points and really just shut the door on me. And then Macklin closed it out on Monday night. So
the Felix Jones, I mean, you made that call with Felix Jones.
Thank you. At least I called it.
Yeah, I don't think he had any touchdowns.
And you know what? What I really think this is, and I might be just, people say I'm whining, crying, whatever it might be, but really this year, for whatever reason it might be, I seem to have gotten a little bad, not just a little, but I never just experienced bad luck like this until this year, and I really think it has to do with our good friend Britt Staines. He went and changed his team name to have my name in it, and somehow, some way, the wires got crossed up in there, or the fantasy gods, just said, can't you differentiate which one is who? Because he has gotten really fat this year and took it over the #1 fat guy spot. Maybe that's the reason too. But it seems how his bad luck has seemed to creep into my team and infest it.
He rubbed his funk all over you.
Something. No, I didn't know. No homo. Didn't rub no funk. No.
Football funk.
Something happened there, and it just. Or I just picked a fucking bad team, one of the two, I don't know. I go with blaming on the Stains and changing his name to Lumps of Dumbass. And, it was funny at the draft with the shtick and everything, but I really think that's kind of played some sort of bad luck, why I've taken such close losses, why my team can only seem to get one player. I mean, that's like Britain, right? I mean, that's been his team the last few years. You know what I'm saying? Just can only have one player that goes off. Can only, always takes that close loss. Can never seem to get over the hump, and it just seems that that's happened to my team. So whatever it might be, that's fine. I got to win out pretty much to make sure to win the playoffs. I got to start with the Juggernauts this week. So let it be it is. I have my team. There's nothing I can really do about it. But roll out with the players that I've drafted and then traded for. So it's going to be.
That is a good. That's a good segue into we were talking on the boards. For once on the boards, we were talking about football, which is
nice. It was actually really, really nice.
We were talking in the chat room about possible playoff scenarios, and I think what we boiled it down to is that Foss at the Juggernauts, the Playboys, Mollywhoppers, Any Given Sunday are pretty much in the playoffs at this point.
Pretty much.
We know Darren is mathematically eliminated, so he's out.
So there's 3 other people that have to join him.
So Dennis has to win the rest of his games to even have a chance to be in, and while possible, unlikely, but possible. Sac Valley has to lose out to not make the playoffs, and that's probably not possible either. So we'll give him a spot.
Well, that's
in the
definitely
playoffs
not possible
as
because he plays my team.
well. So we'll give him the spot as well. So that gives 5 playoff spots, which leave 3 left for essentially 5 teams, and that's Collar Pop and Pips, A-Team, Lada, Fuck You, and URSO. So the 5 teams there, 3 spots. Obviously, anything can happen, and it probably will
It's
over
not
and over
looking good
again.
for me. That's what I know. I've kind of come to the conclusion that I'm probably missing the playoffs this year, and that's kind of why this fucking commish message is hanging on by a fucking thread. And that's the other thing that sucks about being the commish, really. I mean, when you have to be in... I mean, it's one thing to be an owner and you're out of the playoffs. You're like, cool, I'm done.
Yeah.
Don't have to do nothing. I'm out of this. Fuck it. But now, when you're the commish, you still got to do the commish message. You still got to set the playoff matchup, so you got to look at the other people's teams and, you know, who's playing who and try to pay attention. So, and then you as a treasurer, you got to see who's
I got to write all the checks out to everybody.
Yeah,
That's
so
fun.
you need to know who to pay off.
Yeah, really.
So, I mean, just kind of, oh man, dude, I don't know. It's harsh. It's
I mean,
a hard
you're feeling
pill
exactly
for
how
me
I
to
was
swallow.
feeling 3 weeks ago.
And that's what makes me mad. It's just
Exact
like,
same
you
way.
know, dude, I can't believe I just put together such a shitty team this week or this year. This week, this year, whatever. So,
Wow.
yeah, well, whatever. So, you know, who knows if there'll be a league next year the way I'm feeling right now. You know, I'm kind of feeling like you were a few weeks ago, about 90% sure that, you know, I might not want to do this next year because why am I paying to feel like this? You know, I'm like, oh, you know, but give me an off season, I'll probably, you know, fuck it. You know, I smoke too much weed to fucking try to remember. I might not remember it in 2 months, so... You know what I'm saying? But I got my prescription out there. Any law enforcement agencies that might be watching. It's okay in California when you have your prescription. Anyway, my medicine. Anyway, so yeah, no, not very feeling good about this year at all, and it's going to take a real miracle for me to make the playoffs because my points scored is very low too, and we'll see how it goes, man. And I see. I mean, if I see Foster and Fila have been really the 2 teams that seem to be the best. I mean, Fila's gotten 4 fucking weekly prizes.
Yeah,
the Juggernauts, Foster's the highest scoring team, and you know, I mean, I gotta give it to them. They have 2 solid teams that I think can make the playoff or take a championship game. But anything happens in the playoffs. The best team doesn't always win. In the
It seems like
playoffs.
the team that doesn't win a weekly usually.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought my team might have been. If I squeak in the playoffs somehow, watch out. Because usually it's that team that kind of lulls around, you know, muddles around at 500, even though I haven't been really at 500 too often this year. But muddles around there, gets into the playoffs, hasn't won a weekly, you know, hasn't scored huge points, but, you know, you never know, so... Optimism is still there, but not very high on it. So that's all I really got to talk about this week. Other than, you know, fucking the league is coming down. Trade deadline's tonight. Looks like Darren makes a trade. I don't know why Darren wants to wait till he's fucking 2-7 and 2-8 to start making trades to try to improve his team to get a weekly prize. It doesn't make any sense. This is going to have to be, you know, I guess you guys are going to have to figure this out next year with your league.
There you go.
And if I'm in it, I'll try to help you out. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, that needs to be fixed up next year. I want to have a trade deadline, but I feel like once you get to that point where you're almost out of the play, like 1 more loss and you're out, or you know, and you haven't made a trade all season. That's not the first. I mean, you should be banned for making your first trade when you're 2-7 or 2-8.
It was a weird trade.
Well, I mean, I don't care about the trade, so to speak, with the players. I mean, it's something that, you know, he's not like making powerhouse teams because of the players that he's trading. What I just don't like is that, again, he hasn't been active with trades all year. You know, you think you'd start making trades when you're 2-5, 2-6. You know, that's about the time you want to really start making trades. 2-7, 2-8. Too late, really. You know what I'm saying? Now you're just kind of, okay, I can see you're trying to maybe win a weekly prize, but the players you're trading for, really, I don't see those
is
being
Marshawn
players.
Lynch going to put you over for a weekly? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I can see Brandon Jackson and Brandon Jacobs, and Wes Welker, who we traded it for, which was actually turned out to be a brilliant trade because Steve Smith got hurt that week right after he made the trade.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can see that trade. But I know it's just Danny Woodhead, Fred Taylor's been injured all fucking season. Why would you trade for Fred Taylor? Danny Woodhead, okay, maybe because he goes with Brady, and who else was in that trade? Oh, Mike Hart, who was a backup to Joseph Adai, which you should have had if you would have been active on the waiver wire. So, again, everything doesn't add up, and it's too little, too late, and I don't understand it, but it is what it is, and that's why I approve him. So,
all right,
because I ain't gonna hate like that, but I will try to understand it and see where that person's coming from for making that trade, because I'm into fantasy football and I like to break shit like that down and see who might be getting the better deal and who got traded and what that player might add to that person's team. But we have owners in the league that don't understand that whatsoever, been in the league for 10 years and still don't understand the value of players, whatever. I'll just get mad. So anyway.
Who's crazy enough to try to argue about their trades anyways, right?
Well, yeah, I mean...
I'm just kidding.
No, I mean, but when you make a trade, like when you made the trade for Roethlisberger...
Here we go.
No, I'm just saying, at least you had an argument behind it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You were like, name me another better quarterback I could have got.
Yeah.
I panicked a little bit, but I made the trade, and this is why I made the trade, and this and that. And then Darren goes and says on the message board tonight, well, I was looking at Keelan Williams and Marshawn Lynch, and what was I going to go, for a one-shot wonder or the more consistent player? Well, Marshawn Lynch has been consistently 6 and 7 points. Right now, when you're 2-8, you don't need a consistently 6 and 7 point type guy. What you need is the one-shot wonder that gets 31.
Yeah.
That's what you need right now. So, him just not understanding that and then trying to come back with smack, trying to say, oh, well, I did look at it and this is what I thought about it. And you're like, whoa, dude, that's totally backwards, really. You're not supposed to, well, at least we all think alike. That's what at least how I think. And I'm not saying that that's the wrong way to think, I guess. I'm just saying that since I don't understand it and I can't wrap my head around it, I think I can't understand, so I'm going to call it stupid. So it's stupid.
Roethlisberger trade, good though.
Fuck you. Fuck you for making
Reggie Wayne 3 points this week, right? And then, Roethlisberger was shitting the bed all the way up to the fourth quarter. That was the weirdest part. But
some bullshit. And Anaheim Ford goes out, and you get 0 points from Jason Witten, and I still lose by 6 points.
3, 2,
1. Thank you.
We out.
No, we're not out.
Oh, okay, you got more to say.
Yeah, this is the emo edition. This is the emo edition.
Oh, man. At least we're loud.
Leave one last message. SacktownRadio.com's toy drive is in full effect once again for the second year. SacktownRadio.com and Dimple have teamed up. All donation bins are in all Dimple records throughout Northern California.
It's the time of year to bring warmth, cheer, and goodwill to the underprivileged children in our community. SacktownRadio.com and Dimple Records are asking for your support and donations to their 2010 toy drive. Gifts of new unwrapped toys for all age groups can be dropped off at all 7 Dimple Records locations throughout Northern California. The SacktownRadio.com and Dimple Records 2010 toy drive benefits the Sacramento Mustard Seed School, a Loaves and Fishes program providing underprivileged community children with gifts to celebrate the holiday season. All donations are tax deductible, but the greater good is the gift of giving and the joy it imparts to the child that receives it. For more information, please visit sacktownradio.com.